Introductions have completed, and we are just about set for the Princeton Revolution and the hometown Florida Crocs. And we welcome you back to the Ocean Center here in Daytona Beach, Florida, the inaugural Major League Table Tennis Experience. We saw the Carolina Gold Rush put together an impressive team-wide performance from the opening singles matchup all the way to the Golden Game, and now we get to witness these other two teams in the East Division go head-to-head. And Sean O'Neill, this is another glimpse into the sport, the Revolution and the Crocs, both looking to get off to a good start. What are you anticipating in our nightcap tonight?
Well, it's such an international field between these two teams, with Olympians playing from Sweden, from top U.S. players on the national team, looking for a lot of firepower, looking for the players to really try to get that offense going and hold on to the table, not back up and lob.
The first singles match features Mark Duran from the Florida Crocs, the 36-year-old from Barcelona, Spain, 12-time Spanish champion. And his opponent will be Jinxin Wang, former U.S. Open men's singles champion, the China native. Gets the call in game number one for his head coach, Matthias Habasson, representing the Princeton Revolution. And Wang was the first-round draft pick for Princeton.
Yeah, Wang is a U.S. Open champion, as you mentioned. Very strong player, quick hands, really quick, able to both play strong backhand, strong forehands, but Duran is going to be the favorite. A lot more competition in Europe right now. He is just the top of the class right now.
Florida Crocs on their home soil, led by Frank Arias, who's coached the Dominican Republic men's table tennis team for almost a decade now. Anything that we saw in match number one between between Carolina and Chicago surprise you and kind of impact your mindset heading into the second match tonight?
Just really about the momentum after you have those first two games, whether it's 1-1 or somebody has the 2-0 lead, the chance to really shut out the opponent and do a 3-0 victory like we saw twice in that first team match. To see how players deal with that momentum shift.
Time. Ekholm, the
Florida Crocs
7-time national singles
Princeton
champion
Revolution.
in Sweden.
3 games to play.
Her
Crocs
in the doubles matchup
0-0.
coming up a little later on. Florida to serve. Here we go. An electric start goes Duran's way.
Duran likes to play close to the table. To get his forehand in. Caller Jinxin will cover more of the entire court. Very good blocker, not afraid to leave the table.
1-2.
These two guys not wasting any time.
Both going directly at each other. Oh, that's a great backhand play by Wang down the line. Very tricky, very crafty. Doesn't get fooled.
Deep back forehands from well off the table, and Duran somehow wins the point.
Just stays with it. Even though he's 15 feet back, still able to put some pressure on Wang.
3-3.
These games are fast. If you blink, all of a sudden half the game is gone. And again, 10-10, 1 point for the victory. There will be no deuce games.
4-3.
Jinshin Wang in front 4-3 for the Princeton Revolution, coached by Matthias Habasson. Oh, that's a fortunate break for Wang. And he's got a 2-point lead now.
I told you he was crafty. I didn't know that he was going to get balls that would bounce that way. Oh, look at that play.
Jinshin Wang feeling it right now.
Yeah, he's faked going down the line to the back and then just took it cross court. Excellent play.
Oh. 6-4. Go! 6-5.
And that ball grazed Duran's paddle on the way by.
Well, yeah, and it just caught the back edge of the table, and then it had that kind of that faint type of forward motion. But Duran definitely saw that it caught the edge. You could see it in his face.
5-8.
Just making sure I'm not misremembering. You said Duran was the favorite, right?
Yeah, definitely. Jinshin Wang is actually known more as a Coach Wang in California, where he plays out of. Still excellent results as a player, but mostly right now. Major League table tennis that has kind of changed his outlook and perception of getting back into the game and doing everything he can to help Princeton Revolution.
Duran has tied it up, 8-all.
Very strong backhand play by the Spaniard.
Oh, how about that from Jinshin Wang?
Duran can't believe. Plays a great shot. It's going to get an easy ball to attack. Catches the edge, and both hands are going up like, what do I need to do to win a point here?
Will that be the difference in this first game? And 2 game points now for Jinshin Wang of the Princeton Revolution.
And Duran had exactly what he wanted, a perfect setup, turned the corner to play a forehand on the backhand side and just was unable to get it over the net.
Big swings from Duran.
9.
Not playing it safe by any means. Down to game point.
Played a big forehand, stayed on the offense, and then found the open court. Trail by 1.
And from 10-8, it's 10-all.
And you can begin to see Duran having confidence from the backcourt. Kept the ball on the table, got a good forehand in there, but Jinshin Wang unable to turn that ball over. And this is 1 point for the game.
All the different changes of pace, and it goes Jinshin Wang's way. He takes the opening game 11-10 for the Princeton Revolution.
What a crafty move on the end there. Both players getting attacks going, but it was Jinshin Wang able to deliver the final blow with his forehand. The great, wow, what a forehand that was.
Yeah, that entire last point was fascinating.
Just a bunch of starts and stops where both players fighting for the attack. And then finally, Jinshin Wang able to, at 10-10, deliver this great attack right here to the open court for the W.
So the first point for the Revolution. And you think about that shot off the edge, the return off the edge, but here's the universe point at 10-all.
Just both players fighting for the attack, with Duran getting the first one, but Jinshin just staying with it and keeping the ball in play until he got that opportunity.
Coach Wong looks like he still can play a little bit.
Oh my gosh, he's bringing his A game and he's also getting some edge balls and some net balls and great placement.
So we'll see how Duran responds.
Game 2, Revolution to start. 0-0.
Game 2.
Go!
0-1.
Duran wins the first back and forth battle. One more serve for Wong.
So Duran is being very offensive-minded off of the serves. He's going straight for the flip, trying to get into the rally on his terms. There's a nice forehand step around.
3-0.
It's like Mark Duran's woken up or something
Yeah,
here in game 2.
It really is. Losing that first game 11-10, realizing that you're -1 right now, or at least the other team has a +1, and you've got to get it back to ground 0.
1-3.
Mark Duran, 2-time Spanish supervision champion, also won a German Bundesliga title.
2-3.
Of course, Jinsheng Wong winning the U.S. Open, biggest title for any player in the United States.
4-2.
And it wasn't last year that he won it. It was 8 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while, but he continues to play, and the last shot of first game was really amazing.
Sure was.
4-3.
Good response here. After falling behind 3-0, he's gotten 3 of the last 4. Back within 1. Wang going on the offense there.
Very smart move. Anytime he can make his first attack and push Duran off the table, he'll create enough space to where he can have enough time to move his feet, to get his backswing going, keep the pressure on. And that's a strong backhand there by Mark Duran. Just really punched it through. Another counterattack, letting Jinsheng Wong go for the opening. And then Duran just powers through with a nice forehand hit right there to the body.
7-4.
Duran with a skip to his step after catching a break there.
Really dictating the action right now. A two-handed backhand on that last time. Wow. Duran all over the court, adding another sport to the mix. Here's the forehand, and here comes the two-handed backhand. Don't think Wong of the Revolution's ever seen one of those shots before in his time.
Sudden bringing out the Carlos Alcaraz.
Nice serve there by Jinsheng Wong. Heavy underspin. Another one, back-to-back heavy underspin serves that Duran unable to read or get over the net.
Is that two-handed backhand something that you think he practices, or just something that came out in the moment?
I'm sure he's done it before. There is one other. Wow. Look at Wong with that forehand loop off the bounce. Complete open court. Perfect timing. Amazing. There's a player, Hugo Calderona from Brazil, who does a two-handed backhand that everyone knows about. I've never seen Duran, but maybe he does it.
Oh, incredible defense, and Duran wins the point to take a 9-7 lead.
Duran in the backcourt is solid. He's keeping that ball in play, keeping it deep, and gets his forehand to counter loop it. See Wong grabbing his leg. Very difficult to keep the attacks going. And a change of spin on the serve by Wong. He's been mixing up the heavy underspin and even the no spin serves.
9-9.
9-all. Jinsheng Wong takes game 1, 11-10. Falls behind 3-0 quickly here in game 2, but if he was the underdog here, someone forgot to tell him.
Well, I mean, his hands are all over the place. Duran is punching the ball, and Wong is keeping one more shot going. And we are back within that critical 9-9. There will be no deuce game here.
10,
Duran will have the first game point on his serve. And it's 10-all for the second game in a row.
So smart
Golden
for
point.
Jinxing Wong to open up with his backhand. Didn't play it safe. Played an offensive shot. 1 point for the game.
And Duran gets the Crocs on the board, unleashing a primal scream of joy and perhaps relief.
Knowing exactly how critical this game point is, right into the body, perfect placement.
This is a U.S. Open champion, not U.S. close. We got a Spanish 3-time close.
So back-to-back 1-point games. 11-10 for Wong, and then Duran responds in kind.
Between a U.S. Open champion and a 3-time
And
Spanish
if ever there was the appropriately described rubber match, this next game would be that.
Yeah, I mean, completely tied. One point in each game is the difference. I'm looking at Duran being a little bit more aggressive. Jinxing is just keeping it on the table, kind of adding one more ball to it. And when Jinxing gets Duran off the table, he really doesn't have that big of an advantage because Duran is definitely running down the big shots.
Time.
Either player have any edge or advantage going into this third game in your mind?
I'm going to look at the first 3
Game
points
3.
to see who can come out of the gate faster.
0-0.
Looks like Duran is like ready to serve it. Wong is taking his time, wanting to slow down the action. Duran very eager.
1.
You could actually see him pressing a little bit to make that backhand attack.
Wong says, I'll take that.
Oh, very strong, very smart
0.
by Wong again. Taking the server advantage away by making the first attack.
These are two veteran players, Sean. And you can see that in the tactical adjustments that they're making over the course of this 3-game match.
It's so nice to be able to see how Wong is taking his time, moving it around, while at the same time
4.
Duran is trying to finish it as quickly as possible. Oh, there was a nice, again, a backhand punch
4.
down the line. Jinxing opening up, trying to make that first offensive move. That time Duran closed the door.
Trying to dig out of the hole, he just catches the side of the table there, fortuitous bounce. And he's gotten 2 of those 4 points back.
Duran would like these serves to be a little bit shorter, but even though Wong got that first loop in, Duran was able to counterattack it off the bounce. There's that backhand down the line that we've seen throughout this third game. Very well placed.
You said you were going to watch the first few points. All the first 4 points went to Wong, but now the last 3 have gone to Duran and Princeton Revolution. And experiencing a timeout with Wong giving up these last 3. Habasan talking with Wong. Frank Arias giving some words of advice to his first singles star, Mark Duran.
I definitely think makes a lot of sense to call the timeout right now. You've lost 3 points in a row. You want to get back into a way that you can move your attacks around. Duran is picking up where you're going, making those quick punches, just playing his game.
They can't use all 3 before the golden game. I like you guys progressing it. All right, hey. So
There's Frank Arias.
Mark Duran with a 3-point
Wong gets the
Time.
last words of advice from his team.
With a 4-3 lead.
4-3.
Duran did not have decaf this morning.
He is revved up. Oh, a great
3,
counterattack off of a counterattack by Wong. Opened up, got the safe ball. Duran makes the quick loop, but then he loops on top of that one. Kind of the loop.
3-5.
Wong really taking his time before the point.
Stark contrast to
5.
how Duran is playing the pace on his serves.
He just wants to speed it up. He wants to get this action going.
Just missed.
6,
Nice
4.
full swing by Jinshin Wong. But Duran has been strong from the backcourt. You've seen him win a number of points on the defensive.
Oh, first return winner.
Duran was able to pick up a little bit of motion by Wong in the backhand corner and just took it down the line. Well placed.
Wong
5,
has
7.
done a nice job handling whatever Duran has thrown at him here.
Very patient, working the point, not overplaying. Duran has definitely been the shot maker so far. You can see he's still dancing over there, getting ready for the point.
Doing foot fight.
6, 7.
7-6. If there was a shot clock, it would not be a factor when Mark Duran had the ball. And he missed it long.
8.
He went for it. He wasn't going to be patient and just keep it on the table. He's punching the ball down the backhand
We're using multiple
as often as he can.
So 8-6.
Two serves here for Wong, up 2. And he's got a 3-point lead with one
9-6.
more serve. And in position to take 2 out of 3 in this opening match.
Wong would love to get to 10 right now.
Ten 10-6, 4 game points for Jinshin Wong. Duran fights off
10.
1, but still 3 more game points and match points for Wong.
Wong
to do it
goes
on
for
his
it on
serve.
that one. Yeah, he went for the forehand flip kill. He'll have the serve. However, if it goes to 10-10, it will revert back to Duran.
Yeah, Wong's thinking he's got to win it on one of these 2 serves.
Absolutely.
Into the net.
10,
I mean, can we
9.
get any closer than this?
3 straight for Mark Duran. 1 more match point for Jinshin Wong right here. Will we go to 10-all again? We will! 10-10 for the 3rd game in a row.
Durant with an amazing backhand punch off the strong opening of Wong. Ball spins up and just bang right down the line.
Universe point, and it just
11-10.
missed off the side.
Game
Jinshin
match for
Wong
Princeton
wins
Revolution.
game 3, 11-10 to take 2 out of 3 over Mark Duran. What a match.
Princeton Revolution have to feel great winning the 1st and 3rd by just the narrowest of margins. Wong moving the ball around, great placement, well done.
That was as good as it gets.
I mean, to have 3 points decide a 3-game match, that's never been done in table tennis before because we've never played a single point
Right.
to get the W. Wong, way to go.
First ever league match. Not because I get to sit next to my teammates and the fans here and watch spectacular table tennis. 3 golden points in the first match every single game.
Jinxing Wang gets the win in riveting fashion. And we will get set for our second singles matchup featuring Benjamin Brossier from Paris, France. Competed in the 2016 Olympics in Rio. And his opponent will be Alexander Chen, who's originally from China but now lives in Vienna, Austria.
Revolution player.
But before we see these
Revolution
two guys
player.
compete, we will get a chance to chat with Jinxing Wang, a 6-foot-tall right-hander, former U.S. Open champion, but now he is a winner in Major League Table Tennis.
Revolution captain.
And Jinxing Wang with 2 11-10 victories to prevail in the first singles match for the Princeton Revolution. Jinxing Wang joins us now. Thank you, Jinxing. Congratulations. What was that like, the intensity of 3 games that all went down to the very end?
I feel the first match a little bit nervous. I think I will do better after the first day. Yeah, and it's very interesting, the new system, and meet new people. Yeah, thank you for people supporting me.
What do you think was the difference in the game and the styles? He played a lot of strong backhands, but you were still able to get your forehand going. What was the biggest difference?
I think the timing is better if I wait for his backhand, a little bit side spin. If I look rushing and too early, I always miss. But I adjust sometimes, waiting longer.
What is this team dynamic like? You've been a part of table tennis for a long time as a player and as a coach. Now as a player with teammates and a coach going against another team in a match like this, what's it like to be a part of this?
I feel I'm just player at a time. Listen to the coach. And we trust our teammate and trust the coach.
What did you tell yourself before that final double game point at 10-10 after Mark had scored the previous 4 against you?
Sorry, could you repeat one more time?
What did you tell yourself before the very last point you played when it was 10-10?
Yeah, just relax. I know the ball, his serve will be long serve. I just enjoy my loop.
Enjoy it. And Jinxing, congratulations. Best of luck going forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jinxing Wang joins us after his riveting and dramatic victory. And now we shift to Chen versus Brossier. Sean, what are your expectations with this second singles match?
Well, both these players still have a lot of power. Chen very strong, very fast, probably the edge footwork-wise to Chen. But Brossier, very strong player. Look for both guys to really try to get that first attack going and then also to stay up at the table.
The Revolution with a 2-1 advantage after the first singles match.
0-0.
Chen will serve first for Princeton.
One, 0.
And a strong start for Alex Chen, ripping that forehand down the line.
And you can just see when you look at Chen's legs where that power is going to be coming from. Very strong forehand. Puts a ton of spin on the ball and drives it. And there's a nice Brossier just taking it inside out.
Net. 1-2.
Big toss from Brossier sets up the big finish, and it's 2-all.
And that ball looked like it might have even bounced twice, but Brossier gets over the table. Nice hooking forehand loop. Both players, tons of power.
3-2.
one of these players a clear favorite over the other, or does this feel like a pretty even match?
I think it's a pick-em match. Both players just so strong on the forehand.
2-4.
So far, both players 100% on their own serve.
And that's pretty common when new players are playing each other because they go to what they've been doing their whole life while the other player is trying to figure out how to deal with the change of spin,
3-4.
change of depth.
Powerful return from Chen. Rossier unable to handle it. And a 5-3 lead as he gets the serve back.
If we were playing tennis, this would be serve and volley at Wimbledon. Both players just teeing off on the safe returns.
Three, 7.
Three in a row for Chen. Stretch the lead out to 4.
4-7.
What's the balance between going for your winners and playing defense and letting the other guy make the mistake?
Yeah, neither one of these players is going to let the other guy do anything. They're going to just force it on the opponent. It's really who can get to the other guy's backhand.
7-5.
Because their forehands are so big that they'll be happy to have their forehand determine who wins the game. If you can get it over to the other side's backhand, you'll get a much safer ball and even a ball that you can counterattack. These are the two biggest forehands we've seen so far in Major League Table Tennis. Through the arms and the legs. A lot of power. Both of them are serving a lot of topspin balls also. And when you try to return that ball short, it'll pop up quite a bit, and then here comes the big power.
5-9.
Once again, getting over onto the backhand side, Chen doesn't have to worry about Rossier's forehand. Oh, and there's a
11-5.
Game
Game
point,
one,
serving it
Revolution.
into the net, and Alex Chen takes game 1 here in the second singles match. Wins it 11-5. It was 4-3 with both guys taking care of business on their serve, and then obviously a furious finish for Alex Chen, who describes his playing style as fast and furious.
Yeah, he doesn't hesitate. He goes for the forehand at every opportunity. Again, he's thinking if he can land 55 or 60% of his attacks, that's going to be enough to go through any opponent. Rossier looked like on that last serve that he missed was just thinking about the next shot, didn't complete the serve and point to the opponent.
That's a good, yeah, that's a good focus. Just try to turn down the amount of being injured. Just like there's more being injured, there's less. You want it to be less. That worked very well. Was that? Only thinking about physical.
Well, the official MLTT draft was finished up in August, and each team has 8 players drafted, but they travel with 6. 5 of them will be active for each match. The player who's inactive tonight will be active tomorrow by rule. You can only sit out 1 match per weekend when you travel. The 4 players with singles. Player who doesn't play singles
Game
must play
2,
doubles.
Crocs to
1
serve.
female active in each match. And
0-0.
everyone involved in the golden game.
It really adds a premium to all the coaches to just put out hypotheticals of what the opponents might do and try to counteract with their strategy.
How much time have you spent thinking about what you would do as a coach strategically to try and gain an edge?
Really, I think the key is just to have good players who fight for every point. That third game, in my mind, is the difference that we've never seen before. So when your player goes down 2-0, do they give up or feel defeated, or do they keep the pressure on? Because they're going to see that every single match.
2-1. Net.
To let
2-1.
serve back to Chen.
Chen's forehand has just been on target. Any ball that goes over to his forehand side, he's just hitting winners, or at least putting Brassier out of position. Nice deep serve, but Chen half hit it, giving it really no pace. Brassier unable to determine whether he wanted to drive it or just keep it on the table, and it snuck under his racket.
4-2.
Do you expect as the season goes along for the benches chirping, supporting their teammates, and maybe trying to get in the heads of the other team a little bit? You think that'll be a thing?
Not so much getting into the heads, but showing the total support, especially in those critical junctures where it's a 3-point lead, to get your guy back into that game, or to get your female, because, oh, there's a nice drop shot there. Here comes a big forehand.
Absolutely overpowered.
The beauty of a team event is that you're pulling for everyone, and you're going to have players here that aren't in the lineup that are sitting there and they want to contribute. So look for them to give tips during the end of game coaching exchanges, or just to be vocal supporters every time their player wins a point.
2-7.
Chen's forehand has just been amazing tonight.
He's been locked in.
7-3.
An error.
And I think if they go backhand to backhand, I'd give the advantage to Brassier, but forehand to forehand, it's Chen all the way. Yeah, that ball is so spinny.
8-3.
Brassier tries to re-loop it. You need a forklift or a crane to bring it down. Tons of revs on that ball. Just misses going long, but he had the ball. He had it lined up.
He's not shy about going for his shots, that's for sure. Still has a comfortable 4-point cushion after winning game 1, 11-5.
Oh, wow. Look at that backhand off the bounce. No hesitation. Just ripped it. Those biceps can do wonders for the ball.
Nine, 5.
Brassier with the reply.
Let's play. 9-5.
And gets a new ball, taking his time. Brassier trying to lock in. Create a comeback here. And just too much
10-5.
from Alexander Chen.
And Chen on this last point could have gone either way with it. He had it so lined up. He had so much space between him and the ball. Just decided to take it. Ooh, and take a big cut at that one.
10.
Fooled by the return spin from Brassier.
But still with 4 more game points.
Off the net.
7-10.
Chen's got to be careful.
Yes, he does.
So 2 big swings. Only one touched his paddle.
And Brassier still alive.
10-8.
3 in a row. 2 more game points for Alex Chen coming up if he needs them.
And Chen will have the serve, so I would anticipate he tries to continue to do these very well placed topspin serves and look for a forehand follow.
that'll do it.
11-8.
Chen
Game
able to
six
get
to
the job
Revolution.
done on his serve. To take a 2-0 lead here in the second singles match, winning that one 11-8. And as I think about the terminology, Sean, when it was 10-5, would it be more accurate to say he's got 6 game points
Really
as opposed
does.
to 5?
Exactly, exactly.
Which is not the way it normally is in table tennis when it was win by 2, but this is different.
Yeah, it's completely new, and right now Chen has the firepower. That forehand, he's just been unloading on Brassier. Brassier has to get up to the table and get some of his own forehands going. But Alex Chen has just been sending bombs over.
I like that. It sounded more objective when you explained it. That's really cool. He's a big fighter. He will not give up. And that's what we like to see.
Uno Lapo
I forgot.
animated
From Florida.
most of the
From
advice.
Florida.
Alex Chen, keep up the good work.
So Benjamin is also a Florida player. Your favorites. So the Crocs fighting Princeton Revolution on 4-1. It is the
So
third
2-1
fight
in the first singles match for Princeton. And
Time.
now a 4-1 lead after
Game
Alexander
3.
Chen
Revolution to serve.
has won the first 2 games here in second singles for the Revolution.
That was a
0-1.
great backhand by Chen and a better return by Brassier. Just kept low, stayed behind the point. Great block to the open court.
Trying to create some positive energy for himself and his team. And it's a 2-0 lead.
0.
Chen would like to have that one back, but at the same time, Benjamin Brassier needs to be offensive minded. Can't play safe.
How about that serve?
Super solid.
0.
That is a high risk that paid off. Great high toss serve down the line with speed.
Net. 3-0.
Off the net, just clipped it. And a 4-0 lead
4.
for Benjamin Brassier. This is some mental resilience that we're seeing here from the Frenchman.
What a great over-the-table flip down the line to take a 4-0 lead here in Game 3.
And it's 5 straight
0,
points
5.
for Brassier.
Complete shift in momentum from how we saw the end of Game 2.
Well, he did score 3 of the last 4 in Game 2. So this is 8 of the last 9 for Brassier. Did that matter? Does that momentum carry over between games, do you think?
It absolutely does, and you want to, as often as possible, make your opponent work for the game, not give it to them.
6-0.
Look at the difference in body language, right? A 2-0 winner is now having, it's like drooping his head, thinking this thing could have been a 3-0, and now I'm only possibly going to get a 1-point advantage for my team.
It's all
7-0.
Brassier here in Game 3. Who's
Just
that guy?
sees
And what
Chen.
happened to Alex Chen?
Yeah, Chen just got deflated. Brassier is taking it 1 point at a time.
0-8.
That caught the edge of the table, 8-0.
There's going to be a lot of firsts here in Major League Table Tennis, and I'm wondering if we're going to see possibly a bagel here.
Not yet,
1-8.
says Alex Chen, as he gets his first point here in Game 3. Brassier makes it 9-1. You were spot on, Sean, about the body language, the energy, the belief. You can just see it exuding from Brassier.
And I think the Crocs are going to really take it into the next match.
We'll see. Doubles coming up too.
Team concept is so much about momentum. And there's another great forehand flip for the game.
So after losing the first 2 games, Benjamin Brassier comes back to win 11-1 in game 3. It's still a match win for Alex Chen. He takes 2 out of 3, but Brassier has to feel pretty good about how that finished up, particularly heading into the rest of the weekend.
And really just sent a message that even though I'm down 2-0, I'm here to play.
So what brings you here to this event?
So Brassier pumped about getting game 3, but Alex Chen still wins that overall singles match, taking 2 out of 3. Alex pops on the headset and joins us now. Alex, congrats on taking 2 out of 3. What enabled you to have so much success in the back half of game 1 and in game 2 against Benjamin?
I think I started well with a lot of pressure. And yeah, I was actually happy with my game, with the way how I played the match, and just at the end I lost the focus, and yeah, but I'm happy that I still could win 2 or 3 sets. So,
how excited are you to be in the United States playing in Major League Table Tennis?
I'm very excited. I like to come here. I like to play here. Yeah, nice atmosphere and everything is great here.
What were the nerves like coming into this match, having to wait all day and watching the other 2 teams go head-to-head for a couple of hours and now getting your opportunity?
I just wanted to fight every point, and my goal was to give my best, and yeah, didn't think about other things, what's going on, so just try to play my best game and win every point.
Congratulations, Alex. 2 out of 3, good start. We'll see you down the road.
Thank you.
Alex Chen gets 2 more points for the Princeton Revolution as we now shift to doubles. 2 singles matches, and then into doubles we go. And it will be for the Florida Crocs, Daniel Gorak, their first-round draft pick, along with Matilda Ekholm, who actually they took in the 2nd round. So these are the top 2 draft picks for the Florida Crocs against Angela Guan and Matthew De Santillan. And you know, the chemistry as much as the talent is a huge factor in these types of matches.
Absolutely, and we're going to see an interesting matchup here with a mixed doubles head-to-head, with both teams putting their female into the doubles event. Angela Guan on her side for the Princeton Revolution is a defensive player, as is her partner, so they will give up the table, do a lot more underspin, chops, pushes. If you're playing tennis, it'd be a slice, giving up the table, trying to change the spin. On the other side, you're going to have some big shots between Matilda and Daniel Gorak. Righty-lefty pair. Look for them to set each other up for forehand play. Matilda, a lot of experience out there. Multi-time Swedish champ, Olympian.
7-time singles champion in
0-1.
Sweden. There's a quick drop shot. So with this chopping doubles team of the Revolution, they will give up the attack. They will send it right over there with underspin, saying loop first, and we're going to cut it back. There's a cut. Here comes a spin, and then you're just going to see this a lot till the ball pops up, and then they're going to go for a big forehand, or maybe even a quick drop shot like we saw in the previous point.
We saw De Santillan go on the attack with a 1 forehand, and Gorak unable to return it on the table.
And that'll be the surprise attack by Princeton. Anytime one of these defensive players can get in a sneak attack, it's going to be a huge advantage.
2-3. Net. 2-3.
There's the power of Gorak, very strong.
3.
Dead even through 6 points here in game 1 of the doubles. serves here for Matthew de Saint-Élan, Frenchman.
3-4. Net.
Let.
3-4.
With this righty-lefty combination with Matilda returning the serves, it makes it very easier for her. Just come up on the side of the table, and then both players can play more forehand.
5-3.
So far, Gorak's offense has beaten Princeton's defense. Ekholm to serve. It's a good one.
Ekholm has great serves. She can both do a forehand pendulum serve, and we call it the reverse pendulum, where she goes inside out. Really changes the spin well. You can't tell if it's side spin, underspin, or side spin, top spin based on her motion.
Stretching the Florida lead with Ekholm's serve. Now to Guan. Oh, what a get. De Saint-Élan with a great defense to win the point for Princeton.
Princeton's defense is amazing. They're both defenders, but they're keeping that ball in play off these really wide angle attacks by the Crocs.
Couple times it felt like Florida had seized momentum and taken that point, but not quite.
And Gorak is doing a really nice job of hooking his forehand loops to really send Revolution out into the forehand side, which takes him off the table.
Five-point lead now for the Florida Crocs. Good quick hands from Matilda Ekholm. And that'll do it for game number one in the doubles. 11-4 for Ekholm and Gorak, as Florida gets the overall team score back within one at 4-3.
I really think that Florida is the odds-on favorite here. The question is, can they get 3 points out of this? Or is there some way that the Revolution can actually surprise them, mix up the spin, get one more ball back? Because the firepower from Gorak and Ekholm, you can just see the heavy side spin wide out to the forehand. And then the next ball, you've got Ekholm ready to keep the attack going.
Create completely different shots. Have you ever played a chopper before, Geraldine? Never? Do you want to play against the chopper? That's my theory. Why not? Who cares?
De Saint-Élan and Guan, as you said at the top, clearly the more defensive players. Do you think they shift the mindset at all, or is that just who they are and who they're going to be?
That's their style of play. It would be like expecting Nadal to become a serve and volley for the rest of the game because he lost the first one. No, he's going to just bear down. They will do that. They will get their chops lower. They'll move the ball around, but they're going to stay back and deal with these missiles coming from the Crocs. Takes a special person to stay defensive in their style of play, because you're just getting this barrage of strong attacks at you all the time.
Trying to imagine Nadal as a serve and volley player. Ekholm
just powered that
unloading
down the line. And that, again, is a lefty. When she's returning serves, she can stand up a little closer past the corner. Table doesn't get in her way.
1-1.
1-1 after a couple Princeton serves.
Expect for Gorak to really put pressure on Angela Guan in this series of right there. It's going to be very tough for Angela to cover that wide forehand with that hooking loop.
Wow. Matilda Ekholm unleashing her fury on the Revolution.
Just no hesitation after this nice controlled loop. She just said, get that out of here. Great forehand smash.
Not much defensively you can do about that.
Just get out of the way so it doesn't hurt when it hits you.
Have you ever been hurt by a flying ping-pong ball?
Yeah, if they come towards your eyes, you want to get out of the way. Or if they even, some of these, the pace that these guys are, if it hits your leg or an arm, there'll be a welt there for a good 2 or 3 days. So,
no, thank you.
Yeah, the heavier the spin, the longer the welt. So, these guys aren't taking it easy at this point. They're trying to bruise the opponent.
5-1 for the Crocs.
Well, this is the good doubles combination for the Crocs when Gorak is hitting to Guan.
Ekholm has had her fair share of moments as well.
Yeah, she is so experienced, so patient, and when that ball pops up, she just puts it away.
Wow.
Even that ball, she's able to control it and keep it nice and low, not allowing the Revolution to generate any offense whatsoever. That was a good serve there by Guan. A little faster, a little deeper. But Ekholm has some excellent serves both in singles and doubles.
Defense paid off that time. 2 straight points for Princeton. How much different is the mindset serving in doubles versus singles?
Well, since in doubles you know where it's going, the advantage actually moves a little bit more towards the receiver. And in singles it should stay on the server's racket the whole time. Teamwork aspect in doubles is key. See them giving a signal right there. What type of spin's going to be on the ball, so Angela knows what to expect. Oh.
And a good winner from Desaintillan. That's 4 in a row now.
Yep. For
this Revolution duo. We get from 8-1 to 8-5, and all of a sudden, this second game in doubles is a good bit more interesting. Gorak just unleashing the power once again.
When he gets his feet under him and he's going for a full forehand, it's not coming back. Just loads up, bang right through the ball.
And it will be game point here at 10-5 for the Crocs. Two straight wins from this doubles team of Daniel Gorak and Matilda Ekholm. 11-5 after an 11-4 win in game 1, and we are tied 4-all overall. Basically at the midway point of this nightcap here of Major League Table Tennis. One more doubles game still to come, and Florida looking to take the overall lead.
This is a chance for one of those sweeps for the Crocs, a very strong and balanced offensive double team of Daniel Gorak and Matilda Ekholm. With Princeton, they do have a good mix. They're both choppers. They're able to keep the ball back, but it's just so much firepower, and the righty-lefty combination gives the Crocs a huge advantage.
Very interesting contrast of styles that we're seeing. And so far, Gorak and Ekholm just had too much pop. Gorak's coming up in singles right after this against Desaintillan. So these two male players are going to go right from
Game 3.
competing in doubles to
Croc
playing each
serve.
other in singles,
0-0.
and that'll be interesting.
And it'll be very similar to this where with DeSantillan playing defense, leaving the table, giving Gorak a chance to just send bullets his way.
0-1. 1-1.
Angela really needs to keep her shots much lower, because otherwise Gorak is just going to tee off on those.
No matter how much spin she puts on it.
He can lift through it without any difficulty, and so can Matilda. The ball pops up, she can drive it with ease.
1-2.
Have not had a sweep yet between Princeton and Florida. This would be the first. If the Crocs can finish it off.
Edge. 2-2.
Ball catches the back edge.
Your serve.
Moving things up to a piece here in game 3. Gorak to serve.
3-2.
Angela went for a quick little surprise. Call that a bump shot off of a push.
Clearly struggling with the power on the other side of the net. She's an accomplished player, the 2022 collegiate women's singles champion, playing for Cal Berkeley. And she studied data science, Seattle, Washington native.
Nice aggressive serve there by Princeton, mixing it up.
Net. 3-4.
Again,
5-3.
Gorak with just a clean drive there.
Change side.
With so much pressure. We'll change sides. This final game. Once one team has reached 5 points.
How long does it take to
5-3.
really develop great chemistry with a doubles team? I mean, is it reasonable to expect these teams that are just kind of coming together for the first time to play at a real high level, or will it be really different in January, February with the reps that they get together?
Because of the level of the Crocs, both their international playing as a righty-lefty, not such a big challenge for them. For the defensive players, they've got to get used to what they're giving their partner, because they're going to see a lot of fouls. But these are all professionals, so they're going to make the adjustment. They're going to play a lot of doubles because it's such an important 3 points in this matchup. But I would anticipate the teams will try to mix up some doubles teams to see which ones work the best, to get the guys into singles
3-7.
that they want, and not just go into the doubles hoping not to lose 3-0.
Once again, this Florida doubles team doing what it has done throughout the entire match.
8-4.
Matilda has done exceptionally well on the international tour, winning numerous women's doubles competitions, and again, lefties are sought after to play doubles because of the ability to play forehands from the middle court and not having to run around like you'll see on the near side with the Revolution.
Nine.
9-4 now.
Yeah, and for the Revolution, if you're defensive players and you're trying to make strong attacks from below the net, that's just being impatient and realizing that you've got an uphill battle that isn't really working. Matilda would like to have that one back. I'm sure Daniel will tell her, just keep it on the table. I'm right behind you. I can put it away as well.
Still got a cushion. Guan to serve.
Net. 5-9.
off the side of the table. And Desantillan catches a break. 9-4 to 9-6. Princeton get another one. Best rally of the match, but it goes to Florida, which sets up game point as they try to complete the sweep. Back home. That'll do it. Combination of precision and power from the Florida Crocs duo, Dan Gorak and Matilda Ekholm. 11-4, 11-5, and 11-6.
Just excellent play by the Crocs. Perfect teamwork. Both players taking their time, setting up their partner. Just too much firepower for the Revolution.
So the two male players will compete in singles coming up here. We're going to get to chat with Matilda Ekholm after that dominant performance in doubles. Matilda, thanks for joining us. Congratulations. What was that like, competing against that spinning style, and how'd you guys dominate the way you did?
I love playing doubles, and I've played against choppers so many times in doubles, all these Japanese players, and so I kind of knew what we have to do, but I'm very happy that we managed to actually execute the plans. So it's a lot of fun.
So Matilda, how excited, what does it mean for you to be part of Major League Table Tennis?
It's amazing. Like I never thought that I could move to the US and then have something like this going on. So it's just, yeah, it's, like I said, very exciting and so much fun.
So you had an illustrious playing career, and I used past tense because you retired publicly a few years ago. What's it been like refreshing the mindset, returning to competition as a player?
So I had a decent break of about 3 years, and it was just enough time to really build up that like excitement again to play. I played so many years and I got tired, and now in the last 6 months I've been starting to feel like I should get back to it, but yeah, this just fell out of the sky for me, so I'm very grateful to be here.
How close is your game to where it was when you were at your best?
So I would say today I managed to focus really, really well, which was maybe surprising because I haven't played a match in so long, but I'm a little bit slower, but other than that, I feel the ball very well, and yeah.
And lastly, what's it been like getting drafted by the Florida Crocs and getting to know your teammates and competing with them for the first time tonight?
It's been great. I know everybody from the team, so from before, which is a lot of fun to meet old friends again. Yeah, we have a great team, so I'm happy.
Congratulations on the great start. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks, Matilda.
Thank you so much.
Matilda Ekholm started playing this sport 7 years of age. One of the legends of Swedish table tennis, and clearly has still got some fuel in the tank, Sean.
Yeah, no, she's definitely a class act. I was so thrilled to see her put her name into the draft, and knowing that the top women were going to be sought after. It was the Crocs being very smart to get her on the team for especially that doubles play.
Yeah, second round draft pick, and now we're going to see the first round pick of the Crocs, Daniel Gorak, who just teamed with Matilda in doubles, going in singles here against Matthew Desantillan. And look, we saw what happened in doubles, so should we expect more of the same in singles?
I really do think so. Gorak is very patient, very nice, clean strokes. If you wanted to model your game and you're an offensive player, just watch how he hits the ball. He doesn't overplay. He doesn't shy away from going for the ball, but very patient. And to beat a chopper, you're going to have to take your time. You can't rush. You can't misread the ball. So I would say there's a chance for the Crocs to look at 2, maybe get 3 points out of this one.
Gorak was the number 2
Time.
overall pick in the draft, behind only Enzo Angles. Of course, his Polish roots, 5-time Polish national champion, spent over 2 decades as a member of the Polish national team, 4-time European champ. But now he lives in Clearwater, Florida, so this is a home game for him virtually.
Crocs
Absolutely,
serve.
and he's
Game
played in a
1.
number of U.S. Opens, so he has a
0-0.
great
Crocs
following
serve.
in the Americas, and just a really nice person, super sportsman, and looking for a lot of loops in this match.
And we are off.
1-0.
The patience on display.
Look for Gorak to move the ball in and out, but really live on that forehand topspin to pick and choose when he goes for a winner.
What a point.
0-2.
Just a constant barrage of forehand attacks. Never taking anything off the ball, just keep adding more and more and more until he wins the point.
One, two.
And that's really what Decentelan has to do. He has to keep putting more and more underspin on the ball to stop Gorak from going for those drives.
Chance for Decentelan to get closer to the table there.
Yeah, and took advantage of the push return, so he came in with a big backhand. And all of the defenders these days in the sport of table tennis have the ability to shift on to offense. It's just they would rather keep that ball low with a lot of underspin in order to force that type of mistake.
2,
The
3.
heavier the underspin, the tougher it is to drive.
Big fist pump from Gorak. Evens things up 3 apiece.
In the extreme side spin that Gorak, you can see this little hook around out to the forehand. Very difficult for a defender to put their paddle on the ball, let alone return it. Gorak so balanced in his attacks.
3-3. Let's play. 3-4.
I'm not sure how that serve got over the net. It was so low.
4-4.
Official scoreboard has us at 4-all.
Four, 5.
Decentelan holding his own here.
He's continuing to mix up the spin. He doesn't want to give Gorak an easy ball to drive. He wants to make him change his mind and spin some up. There's a nice one. Took a little bit of underspin off the ball, so when Gorak went for the loop, nothing was bringing it down. So look for Decentelan to constantly change the spin and the placement and the depth.
Let. Open palm. The ball has to be clearly visible. 6-4.
It's nice that Decentelan got a warning.
Net. 6-4.
Gotta be careful to keep that hand flat, not hide the ball from the umpire.
Whole lot to that last point.
6-5.
Do you like Gorak's choice to go with a short shot?
Yes, sometimes the ball has so much underspin after he's looped it. Decentelan has a long pimpled rubber on one side that really reverses the spin. And at that point, you just have to push it.
Wow.
6-6.
Great placement by Gorak, just really moving the ball all over the table, out to the forehand, wide to the backhand, then back over, hooking the forehand.
Leaving no doubt.
Nice thing when you see a defensive player playing an offensive, you see how the point can develop. You can see that it's not just who can hit it the hardest.
Santillan changing his style a little bit there.
Yeah, I was surprised on that last backhand. The first couple forehands were very well done, but that backhand just really kind of threw the kitchen sink at Gorak and not really too close. But he knows he has to do something different. That was a nice tight. You see Gorak reminding himself, just take it easy, don't go for too much.
And here we are, 7-all. Game to 4.
Net. 7-7.
Excellent serve. Again, mixing up the spin. Never giving Gorak an easy ball to drive.
Oh, De Santillan changing the pace.
Great third ball attack on the backhand side. Starting with a backhand serve off the forehand corner. Goes from the open court and just hits a beauty down the line.
Caught Gorak off guard.
Oh, what a drop shot by Gorak after 5 or 6 bombs. Just definitely touches it over the net with a quick double bouncing shot that Santillan can't run down.
Great defense at that point from Matthew De Santillan. But the change of pace from Gorak is what won it. 9-8. And we're tied again. 9 apiece.
Gorak just taking his time, getting that first quality loop in, waiting for that ball to pop up so he can hook that forehand loop cross court.
Game point coming up here for Gorak. 3 straight points for the Florida Crocs after De Santillan led 9-7. And Gorak with 4 in a row to close with a fury. 11-9 Florida. And a 6-4 lead overall for the Crocs.
Gorak just showing great class and patience, just taking his time, not letting that game get out of hand, but keeping true to form and using that wonderful forehand cross court to his advantage.
That was a fascinating singles game. And we got 2 more coming up between these 2 guys.
Yeah, they've seen each other now in 4 tough games from the doubles as well, so both players are getting a better idea of the type of spin and speed that their opponent's throwing at them. But gosh, Gorak so patient at the very end. Great drop shots.
Oh, ready? Can I show you what a twiddle looks like with your cell phone? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Forehand.
Crocs bench fired up.
Forehand is your cute bunny. Last one, that's a twiddle.
It was down 9-7, but he wins it 11-9. Here's the final point.
Time.
Boom.
The rubber on the backhand side or on the forehand is always twiddle. All right, let's get ready. Game number 2, Shopper versus Attacker. It is Matthew De Santillan versus Daniel Gorak from the hometown favorites.
That's 5 straight points for the Crocs overall.
Game 2.
And they were down 4-1.
Crocs to serve.
Yeah,
0-0.
Entering game 3 when Brossier beat Chen 11-1. Since then, the 3-0 sweep in doubles, and then Gorak coming from behind in singles.
No lead is safe. Oh, look at that backhand down the line
1-0.
again. Presence of mind of just staying there in the point, even though the chopper is sending some offense your way.
One. One, two.
One more serve for Desantalan. He's now trailing by a point.
Nice counterattack there
Two.
by the Princeton Revolution. Mixing it up well. Ooh, I thought that one was
3,
almost going to
2.
make it. That was a huge forehand smash by Gorak. Santalan had his paddle on the ball. It's too much power.
Three.
Second time we've
three.
seen that backhand. Santalan is not afraid to take that big sweeping motion.
Anything surprised you about what we're seeing from these two guys here?
Well, I knew that Gorak would just play within himself. Little surprised with Desantalan with his big backhands and counterattacks. I mean, he's
4,
done a good job.
3. Net. 4-3. Three, 5.
These are the points right here where there's a 2-point differential that if you can keep that momentum going, you can close out a game. Again, Desantalan is constantly changing the
4,
spin on the
5.
ball. Sometimes heavy, sometimes light. Mostly it's underspin. We're just correcting the scorecards.
6-3.
6-3.
3-6. Seven, 3.
Gorak's going to need an even bigger comeback this time around.
And he's not going to be able to force it. He's going to have to actually play slower so he can read the spin because he's been misreading the last 4 or 5. Good patience on that last one there. Would not be surprised if there's a timeout used in this game at some point. Very important for both teams.
4-8.
8-4. How much do table tennis players overall believe in the concept of momentum?
Live on it. It's really important, especially if you can't return your opponent's serve well. You want to do anything you can to stop it, and that's where the timeouts come in so valuable.
5-8.
Like having the hot hand in basketball, you just want the ball.
9-5 for Mathieu Desantalan. He had a 9-7 lead in game 1, but could not close it out. Bigger deficit for Gorak to deal with here, but he's back within 3. Huge point here on Desantalan's serve. Unbelievable point. Desantalan going into the side barrier, defending, and Gorak kept his composure to put it home.
Just a super side spin loop out to the forehand, and then the presence of mind to just stay with it and play the ball to the open court to get back to a 2-point deficit.
And a timeout taken by Mathieu Desantalan. You could feel that timeout coming. If he won that point, he's up 10-6 with 5 game points. Instead, Gorak now has 2 serves and an opportunity to get back to 9-9 and We know what happened when it was 9-7 in game 1.
Yeah, it's for the Revolution right now, it's kind of an offensive timeout. You're leading, so you're not calling a timeout to stop somebody from putting you away. You want to get this game. You don't want to let that momentum continue to go for the Crocs and Gorak.
Time.
Again, great returns, just a lot of pressure there by Gorak out to the forehand. Follows up with even more side spin running de Santillan almost into the umpire's table before blocking it to the open court.
He literally had a wide open table for that last shot. All right, out of the timeout. Gorak with 2 serves, trailing by 2.
Oh,
now
lucky,
trailing by just 1.
lucky net ball there. So out of the timeout, credit Crocs with the mini break. Keep that momentum going. That ball was so deep. Gorak did not think it was going to land, but de Santillan picked it up from his elbow, from the center of the table, and just kept it going. Now with game point.
De Santillan has 2 chances to win here on his serve. Gorak fights off one more. Gutty effort here from both players.
Well, if I'm de Santillan right now, I would not be afraid to go for some offense.
He went for the aggressive serve and it paid off. And de Santillan responds with an 11-9 victory over Daniel Gorak, setting up a fascinating game 3 here in the 3rd singles match between the Crocs and the Revolution.
All of our singles have been 1-1 going into the 3rd. Only in the doubles did we see that sweep. And de Santillan is really mixing it up, just keeping that ball in play as a defensive player and throwing in a couple really nice backhand attacks in the early game.
So you're going to have to change up your equipment to get something defensive on your backhand?
It's got to feel good for de Santillan, who was so close in game 1, who lost 3 times in doubles to Dan Gorak. Now he's even here in the singles match, and you can argue he has the momentum.
Absolutely, and clearly in the end of the first game, if he could have taken that and been in a sweep position, that seems to be the underlying thing, is can you sweep and just give your team that huge advantage? Right now in singles play, I can't imagine these games ever getting closer. So many deuce games, not deuce games, I'm sorry, 11-10 games that 1 point separating the win from the loss.
Yeah, the match of the day so far for either of our 2 showcases, definitely Mark Duran and Jinshin Wang. 3 straight games that all went 10-10.
I mean, can't get any better than that. But right now, these guys have only been separated by 2 points per game, but they're tied in total points.
We still have 1 more game here and then 3 more games in the 4th singles, but it certainly feels like we're in for an intense down-to-the-wire golden game after that.
Exactly.
2-0.
I don't see anyone getting a 6-point lead going into that golden game.
Gorak coming out swinging, but de Santillan has been the brick wall he's needed to be.
And Gorak, when he goes super heavy on the first ball, he has to be careful because that ball is going to come back super heavy. Then he's got to be aware of that underspin where he's got to lift it up. It's a nice placement there. Good ball movement.
1-3.
3 of the first 4 here in this rubber game for Gorak. Again, he was the number 2 overall pick in the draft. The first selection of the Florida Crocs. Gorak again mixing it up, went with a 1 short shot and then unloaded once more.
Just a class act, picking his shot, never rushing, but waiting for the right ball to really put some pressure behind it, adding a lot of side spin to that forehand loop. That time DeSantillan really got the ball deep into the backhand corner. Choppers need to keep that ball towards the end line to stop the offensive player from driving it forward, back them up a little bit, and then come in with a counterattack if they play a soft ball.
4-3.
These guys are just neck and neck. It's a 1-point separation.
Each have made their runs. Who's going to make the last one?
Net 4-3.
Four all.
And it looked like Gorak on that last ball just kind of did a half loop. He didn't get his full legs under him. A lot more arm.
Here in this game 3 of the first 4 for Gorak, 3 of the next 4 for DeSantillan. And a timeout taken.
Gorak needs a little bit more time. I don't know if he's getting a little bit tired here. It seems like he's lost a little spring on that last 1 or 2 points with looping just barely into the net versus driving through the ball. But this is too important of a match for him. And remember, you don't get to turn in your timeouts for some bonus. You got to use them or lose them. So good time at 4-4 here in the third.
Well, I'm so glad you asked, my virtual friend. You can do the same thing that we did. You can follow them on Instagram. Like
Matthias Havasson, 6 years as the head coach of the Austrian national team.
Yep, they've got digital friends. What about the other team, Princeton Revolution? They got digital friends. You can't be.
You never played against Matthias, did you?
No. But I've played against those type of players, and they're just a nightmare.
What do you mean, those type of players?
Defensive. They just keep getting that ball back, and they change the spin, and you get a high ball, and you think, I can kill this ball, and you don't know what spins on it. You hit it 10 feet off the end of the table. So it's a mental workout to read the spin on every single ball.
So you'd much rather play a player that has the same style as you?
Unfortunately, I do okay against those because I had a big forehand. So a little bit like Gorak, but it's still mentally wearing on you. You have to know exactly what spins on the ball, because otherwise you can misjudge and go into the net or go off the net.
4-5.
Gorak would be a nightmare for me because he's so balanced. I tend to have a good forehand, not so good of a backhand. Gorak has a perfect balance between forehand and backhands.
4-5.
Is there any weakness in Gorak's game that DeSantillan can try to exploit?
I think it's just when he is chopping the ball, maybe a little deeper to the corners, so he gives away what he's going to do. But this is what Gorak wants. He wants to make that first strong ball. He wants to send DeSantillan out to the forehand to leave a table where you can drive a truck through it.
Seen that exact strategy executed well a number of times.
Yeah. There's nothing other than mixing the spin, keeping it deep, and maybe going a little bit more to the backhand side, because from the forehand, that's a nice return there by Gorak, just waiting for him to come in a half a step before driving that one to the backhand side. So a lot more position, but again, it's just getting ready to keep the attacks going.
Goodness gracious.
Just smash the heck out of that ball that pops up more than a foot above the net, especially that close to the net.
It was a pretty effective timeout.
Yeah, exactly. Completely changed the face of the momentum shift. But you can see the power here. He just smacks it.
Gorak seizing complete control over this third game against Matthew DeSantillan. Six in a row now for Gorak, and he's 1 point away.
Just so patient with his attacks. Looping the ball, moving his feet, getting ready, and he's changing the spin.
What a performance. From 4-all in the third game, Gorak runs off 7 in a row after the timeout. And he gives the Crocs a 7-5 lead overall, taking care of business in game 3 to take down to Santalan 2-1.
And just finishing it off with a backhand after he lived on the forehand side. What a beautiful backhand down the line, catching De Santalan leaning to his left side. Beautiful play.
RJ, yes, that's right. Thank you for the refresher. RJ.
Tremendous run to close out that match.
Let's
7 straight points.
practice.
Daniel Gorak joins us now. Daniel, congratulations. What was said during the timeout? Clearly it worked.
Hello, guys. Can you repeat because I didn't hear you well?
Yeah, what was said during the timeout at 4-all in that third and the deciding game?
I'm trying to take a breath because I know if I will play my game, then I can win this game. I should just calm down, and I noticed like this is the way how I should play.
And going back to the mixed double or the doubles match that you played, how much fun was it playing with Matilda in the third match?
We never played together, which was difficult for us, but we talk with each other, and we decide like we have to just put ball on the table because we know how to play against defender players, and this was the right way. That's why we won 3-0.
How do you balance your patience versus your aggressiveness going like against someone like Matthew in singles?
I know like this style is not so easy to play, but I played in one team in Poland. His name is Panagiotis Gionis. He's the best defender I think in the world, which I respect him very much, and I train him a lot. That's why I know how to play against a player like that.
That preparation seemed to pay off, and we got a tight match going on between the two teams. What do you think it's going to be like competing in your first Golden game in just a few minutes?
Yeah, I'm so glad to be here, and I really enjoy how it looks everything, and I hope all the game will be also the same like now, and in the end Florida Crocs won.
Great stuff. Daniel, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the night. We'll see you later.
See you.
The second pick in the first ever Major League Table Tennis Draft, Daniel Gorak gets his team a little bit larger of a cushion, and now we see Michelle Levinsky and Sonora Silva in the final singles match of the day before we get to the Golden game. Strong start for Levinsky.
And Levinsky has amazing serves. He likes to play as a lefty, inside out. So when he does this serve right here, you'll see him drop the racket down and spin it the other way. That ball caught the back edge, a little bit lucky there for Silva, but it really sets Levinsky up for his forehand. He's known as a third ball attacker. During the rallies, he might have a little bit more trouble off of his opponent's serve, but when he's serving, he feels he can hold his serve against anyone.
Entertaining point.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of wild angles because of Levinsky's left-handedness. He'll move the ball around and get a lot of hooking shots. And you'll see this reverse pendulum serve. And here comes the big forehand.
2-3.
Michelle Levinsky, born in Israel, immigrated to the U.S. when he was 20 years old. He's now 28.
Nice forehand.
Silva trying to defend, but can only do so much against that power. Sonora Silva won the Sri Lanka National Championship. Was signed by the Revolution as an undrafted free agent before this weekend.
Levinsky played for Team USA in the World Championships, and one of his amazing accomplishments was to take a game off of Ma Long, considered the GOAT of table tennis, winning multiple Olympic gold medals.
3-5.
Like the rookie quarterback that beat Tom Brady.
Exactly. Levinsky's got amazing serves when he can follow it up with a forehand attack.
3-6.
Puts pressure on everyone here. went for everything right there.
He got everything.
The Cubs won the pennant on that one. So.
8-3.
8-3 lead right now for Sonora Silva. Power from Silva.
3-9.
Down the line loop drive to open up a 9-3 advantage here in game 1. That's what happens a lot off of Levinsky's serve. When he changes the spin from a side spin with top spin to a side spin with underspin, it's very difficult to see the difference in the motion or the path of the ball.
10-4.
How surprised are you by what Silva is doing here?
Well, Silva's playing the serves perfectly. I mean, he's keeping them short and low, and then he's getting his offense. Long.
Sonora Silva takes game 1. 11-4. That was impressive.
He just got past the serve, and normally in these back and forth exchanges, that's where Levinsky is more. He has a tougher time because he likes to finish the point. So if they get into these fast backhand to backhand, forehand to forehands, he's got to move a lot more. But Silva, you can just see he just snaps that forehand in from the middle. And Levinsky goes for his own big forehand. He goes for it. There's no question about that. It's a beautiful loop down the line there by Silva. Very difficult to re-loop those balls that have so much spin on the third ball.
So Silva trying to make a statement for himself that he belongs in this league. The way the free agents work, if a team needs a player for a weekend that's not on their drafted roster, there's a list of undrafted free agents that are available.
0-0.
But he's just signed for the 1 week, so he becomes a free agent again after this week, unless the Revolution bring him back.
Right, so being active in that pool, and I know all the coaches are watching.
0-1.
So one of your stars is unable to make it due to a conflict or a prior commitment. I mean, nothing can be a better feeling as a coach is when you bring in a person from the outside and they come out and win 11-4.
Levinsky has turned the tide on the first couple points here in game 2. Silva's showing something.
Yeah, he keeps coming. Levinsky, when he does get that first somewhat loose return, he needs to put it away. He's got the firepower. No need to just play it safe and on the table. Finish it, yeah. Oh, a little fake drop shot, then threw in the forehand smashes. The opponent came running in.
Jump up on the table there.
So here he goes for the fake drop shot, and then here's the quick smash. Well done. Oh, wow, that is a nice combination by Silva. Excellent backhand play, and then following it up with a forehand.
Do you think Sonora Silva is going to go back home to Sri Lanka and be like, I took a game off the guy that took a game off Malone?
Well, the way he's playing, he might take more than a game. I mean, his rallying skills right now are what's impressing me the most. He's putting constant pressure on Levinsky.
Yeah, sure is.
And that's exactly what Levinsky needs to do right there. Get his serve in, make it short and low, and then play offensive to a good location. Wow, nice backhand counterattack off the bounce.
4-5.
This is fun. There's a lot to this match between these two players.
I mean, these guys are sending some bombs over.
Tricky serve by Silva, but Levinsky handled it well.
Yeah, to nullify the serve by making a short drop shot really puts a lot of pressure on the server then to come up with something. And there's a change of spin. Ball had a little bit more side spin and top spin. Silva lifts up and it flies off the end of the table. That same motion, Levinsky can put side spin and underspin.
John, in the heyday of your playing career, how many different types of serves would you employ in a match?
A ton. The thing is, you're moving it around, you're changing the spin, and really you don't expect them to miss it as much as to set up that first ball. You want to get a chance to play your favorite shot, and to get that shot with the level of player here. And Gorak, like we just saw, they can move it around so easily, so it looks like we've got a timeout here.
Levinsky in front 7-6. And that's the overall score as well, with Florida ahead by 1.
Again, a lot of times in table tennis, you will see the leading team take the timeout for fear of letting that momentum zoom past them and not doing it after the fact. If you get a 4-point lead, you might do it if you lose 2 points to keep a slight lead in case you want to make some risky changes. But Levinsky needs to get going. He needs to get his forehand to land. You can see all of his teammates over there, as well as Silva getting additional tips from not only the coach, but the team members.
Roller coaster of emotions for Samara Silva, applying to be in the draft. You don't get drafted, but here you are going against Michelle Levinsky, who was on the U.S. national team, and you win the first match 11-4. And another battle in game 2, in the first game, 11-4, I should say. Oh, what a game.
Wow. Kind of a little bit of a lucky ball, but credit Levinsky for just staying there and keeping the offense, finding the wide angle to the backhand. Big point right here. And there again, you think, how could he just miss a serve like that easy in the net? If it's heavy topspin, you got to cover it. If it's heavy underspin, you got to lift it. And if you're not sure, what do you do?
Oh, Levinsky puts it away with authority.
Great inside-out play from the middle of the table. Levinsky got the ball that he wanted and just drove it home cross-court out to the forehand. Ball clipped the net. Will always disrupt the timing at that speed and tempo.
Another game point here, though, for Michelle Levinsky. Silva fights off another. So it's 10-8.
Levinsky wanted to end that so quickly, the ball hadn't even risen off the bounce when he took that full swing. He's got the serve.
Net. 10-8.
To let.
Levinsky's moving his serving position more to the center. Give a different look.
And Sonora Silva
9.
with some voodoo on that return.
Little mustard, it looked like. I think a lot of the spin was still on the ball from Levinsky's serve, and it just took a nice little hop.
Let. 10-9.
Huge point here. Levinsky, his 4th chance to win the second game. And Silva apologizing, but he'll take it. Net cord winner,
yeah,
it's a 10-all.
A little net dribbler as it just, and now remember, this is 1 point. This is not deuce. This is a chance to possibly keep a sweep going.
And Silva takes it, 11-10. 5 straight points for the Sri Lankan to shock Michelle Levinsky and tie up the overall match 7 apiece.
Silva was not going to be denied. He kept that ball going. Even though he was in the backcourt, he kept the top spin on the ball. Levinsky thought he had an easy play. You can see the coaches right now. And again, look at the other team with the Revolution looking good right now after what a comeback.
Sri Lanka's strong right now. My goodness, there's some good Sri Lankan American players. The
incredible stuff from Sonora Silva.
Again, spinning it up and putting the pressure on Levinsky to make that counterattack.
These are all game points here for Levinsky.
There was the return and just keeping one more ball going. Because again, the final point of that game,
Time.
Levinsky looked like he had the ball on his paddle, could do whatever he wanted. Made one good loop to the forehand, but just overplayed it. Looking down at the blade.
Abasong's reaction, along with Jinxin Wang.
Game 3. Crop
So,
serve.
You
0-0.
gotta imagine Michelle Levinsky's frustrated. Can he harness that frustration for the good?
1-0.
And this is a huge point here.
Oh, this is monstrous. I mean, this for the Crocs.
And then the Golden Game is going to decide who wins the match overall, and this point is for a 1-0 lead in the Golden Game, not to mention the extra point in the standings.
1-2.
The most important thing in the overall team standings are the number of points, not the number of wins.
Exactly, which is completely different. It makes the season a real season because you can't afford to get trounced in a match because you might not make the playoffs if you get scolded by a team 16 or 17 to like 8 or 9.
16-5, Carolina over Chicago earlier tonight. This one's going to be closer, we know that. Very much hanging in the balance.
Again, body language, Levinsky would like to have that one back. Trailing 0-2 and 2-4. It's got to get something going without taking a high risk.
Net. 4-2.
Levinsky back within 1. One more serve for Silva. Levinsky just can't catch a break off the net.
And Silva, nice backhand opening, just loaded it up, really handcuffed Levinsky to have to block. Levinsky plays his best when he's playing his forehand off of his serve. He's got 2 of them right now.
If I'm Michelle, I don't know if I go back and watch the film. I mean, I think it was, he was up 10-8 or 10-7 in game 2, and Silva immediately apologized for that net court winner, and that took him to, I think it was 10-9 actually.
Oh, another net right there. But
Levinsky adjusts.
Right, and then a net ball that goes long for Silva after catching one that went back over. I'm sure Levinsky's like, come on, guy. Every time you're making a good shot, you're catching the net. Oh, that was a quality loop there by Levinsky.
5.
Silva got the opening backhand attack. Levinsky able to just drive his forehand right on top of it.
Well, Levinsky got one there, got the advantage off the net. Silva kept it alive, but Levinsky controlled the point from there on.
Rule of thumb is, as a player, you expect them to even out nets and edges. So Levinsky's not going to.
But it doesn't always feel like it as a player.
Especially when they come at 9-9, 9-10.
That's right. 6-all. My goodness.
That just
Can you believe it?
tells you how low they're keeping the ball to the net. Neither one of them wants to pop it up, and Silva's just getting a much better read. It's not like he's attempting to get a net return, but he is keeping it low. That was a misread right there, though. Great service by Levinsky to change it up to go to the side spin, top spin after a couple of side spin, underspin serves.
Another tight game, 7-7. Quick hands from Levinsky, got that backhand into a pretty good spot. Make it 8-7 for the Crocs. Michel 3 points away from his first singles win. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Twice going for the drop shot with touch right off the bounce. Levinsky just bringing everything. Quick drop shot, and then wow, just taking all the pace off the ball. Now with the serve and the 2-point lead.
And Silva's not done just yet.
What a reloop down the line off of a third ball attack.
This match has had a little bit of everything. 9-8.
And you can see Levinsky tapping himself at the temple. Right call, right change of spin, heavy underspin, bottom of the net.
Game point for Levinsky.
Only fitting that it gets to 10-9.
Sonora Silva might be some sort of immortal superhero. I mean, he has had chances to go down, and he just won't go down.
Just standing toe-to-toe, often letting Levinsky make the first attack before blocking it back.
Enjoy this, folks. 10-all. And Levinsky with a cathartic moment to get the 11-10 win. What a battle between Sonora Silva and Michel Levinsky. Levinsky earns the Crocs an 8-7 overall team lead as we head into the Golden Game. But Sonora Silva earned a ton of respect for the way he competed over all three of those games.
I mean, coming out of the pool in order to just keep the pressure on Levinsky, but then credit Levinsky for mixing it up and getting his forehands, tapping his head, saying, that's playing smart, that's the way to get it done. Excellent.
We're joined by Michel Levinsky. It was not easy. Sonora did not let you get anything easy, and he got a lot of breaks, but you got that last game. What was going through your mind throughout the adversity you endured?
Well, I think I started to play actually quite well, but he caught me with a few nets and edges, and I lost a little focus. I was 2-0 down, so I figured I need to fight to get that extra point for the Golden game for the team, and I decided to keep fighting, change up a little bit the placement of the service, and looks like it worked.
So, Michel, talk to us about that one amazing point where you did the double drop shot. Have you ever had to do that before?
I don't remember that I had a double drop shot, but I definitely had one. Yeah, he was fighting and running after the ball, so I decided to play short, long, left, right, try to catch him.
Michel, as someone who competed in the Major League Table Tennis showcase on Ocho Day about a month and a half ago, what's it been like getting ready for this and being a part of the first official MLTT showcase?
Well, first of all, I'm very happy that I was able to be drafted from the Combine. And then I'm very glad that I have such an amazing team seems like we're going to be fighting, and yeah, it seems like the MLTT will be doing great stuff. And this first match, as you can see, quite tough and close, so we'll have a lot of great matches.
What's the dynamic like for the Golden Game that's coming up here?
Well, I think we'll keep a tight dynamic of who is going to play first and second. I think the first game we will be 1-0 up, so we will decide who is going to play the first three. And I think the coach is up there already decided. I think I'll go and check who I'm playing against.
Great stuff, Michel. Thanks for joining us. Way to battle. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you.
Michel Lewinsky able to get 1 point in that incredible singles contest against Sonora Silva. And yeah, it's time for the Golden Game. Silva getting a little refreshment and recharging for the momentous conclusion to the first night of Major League Table Tennis.
Right, and you can see on Silva how happy and how thrilled he was to get in and to play so well and then to get points for his team. I see that with the styles of play, with the defensive players that we have on the Revolution, you're going to see a lot of long rallies, but we'll see if they can keep the momentum going.
So here's the order. Gorak and De Santillan, we're going to see those two wage table tennis battle again, and looks like we're going to see a little bit more Lewinsky and Silva too.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see if Silva can change and get those serves back and stay up to the table and get his forehand going, but this should be quite exciting with only a 1 point lead for the Crocs coming in.
You know, the way the coaches have done this alignment, all of the 4 singles matches that we saw during the regular match are going to be repeats here in the Golden Game. The only new matchup is the 2 female players that competed in doubles, Angela Guan and Matilda Ekholm. They'll be third on each for their teams in singles in this Golden Game. The 2 players to start will be Gorak and De Santillan. They'll each play 3 points, and then we'll see 4 points apiece. Some unfinished business, perhaps, for those that fell short. And the entire team result certainly hangs in the balance. 6 points up for grabs. Golden Game to cap the first night of Major League Table Tennis here in Daytona Beach.
And you can see the intensity on Gorak wanting to expand on that lead that Lewinsky gave him of a 1-0 for this Golden Game. Went for too much.
He wanted it.
That ball was sitting there, but it was so heavy. Gotta let it bounce to the top before going for it.
How about Gorak mixing in the drop shot?
Yeah, definitely. When that ball gets so heavily spun, and now these players jump off, tag teaming into their partners. And we have seen this combo before. Both players dancing, getting ready.
2-3.
Meanwhile, you got Ekholm and Guan kind of in the on-deck circle doing their own warm-up dance. Defense! Mark Duran, how did he do that?
Coming from the backcourt after chopping the ball, gets a drop shot, runs around the forehand and plays a backhand. Look at the excitement on his face.
And Qinxing Wang retaliates with authority.
Durant does not want to go anywhere, but Qinxing Wang able to get that forehand off the bounce out to the forehand side to bring his team within one. And look at that backhand over the table. And we are now tied up again.
We are deadlocked 4 apiece. Here come the ladies, Matilda Ekholm and Angela Guan.
On paper, you would say that Ekholm, much more experienced, but it's a change in styles. It's a chopper playing against an offensive player. Let's see if Ekholm can get her offense and her smashes going, because Guan's going to just keep the ball on the table.
From Guan.
And if Guan could take 2, that would be considered amazing. If she took 3, that would be an upset in this set of 4 points. And there you see Ekholm with a great fading forehand.
Ekholm never really turned on the power in the first point.
Just working it, knowing that she can read every type of return.
Missed another.
You could hear Ekholm afterwards, so much frustration there. She needs this point. Cannot afford to do 1 and 3 in this set of 4.
Splits it 2-2. Guan and Ekholm go off. Brassier and Chen are coming on. And remember, when these two individuals played in the second singles match, Chen won the first 2 games 11-5 and 11-8, and Brassier won 11 out of 12 points to dominate game 3. So most recently when they played, it was all Brassier.
Exactly, and with only 4 points, it's such a subset of what they're normally used to.
Chen coming out swinging.
Serve and forehand, what else would you expect? He's got 2 serves of the 4.
Chen changing the pace. Brassier leaving his feet to try and keep it alive. Incredible hustle. But that's 2 straight for Alex Chen, who's got great body language, projecting confidence right now.
He's going for the big forehands. Brassier has had some very good serves to set up his own forehand.
Brassier to serve.
That's a quality shot there, even though that ball touched the top of the net. Brassier is able to step around, keep the offense. Misses his own serve.
And the server won the first 3 points, and then the error gives Chen 3 out of 4 and gives Princeton a 9-7 lead. And now we get back to what we just saw with Silva and Levinsky. That net core better watch out.
And that ball caught the net on Levinsky's missed backhand.
3-point lead for Princeton. Four-point lead for Princeton.
Levinsky with the serve. The underspin serve has worked in the last. Oh, he went for the drop shot and wasn't able to connect.
How about Sonora Silva's night?
7-12.
Levinsky fights off the 4-0 sweep, but
every point counts here.
Sure does.
If you go down 3, it's a must-win to get that 4th and final point in your set of 4. And now we're going back to the big guns right now.
12-8.
Santillana's the 4-point lead. Gorak changing the tide.
9.
He's thinking about trying to get all 4 points.
halfway there.
Just so patient, just working the ball, reading the spin, causing an error from the Revolution. Now with the serve.
Three straight for Daniel Gorak as the Florida Crocs have come back from 5 down to be within 1. One more point for these two top-tier stars. And Desaintillan preserves the Princeton lead.
What footwork by Desaintillan, just back and forth, in and out, keeping that ball nice and low. But now,
Mark Duran and Jishin Wong.
Tonight is a 2-point lead for Princeton Revolution.
13-11. Net.
Let.
13-11.
Back to Wong.
simple, easy serve. Durant trying to keep it short and low.
Durant was not quite as careful on that one, and it paid off for him.
Yeah, he went for it. He stepped around the backhand and just stayed there. And now a service error by Wong.
Oh, Jishin Wong, just all night long has had the answer with that forehand.
What a set of hands to be able to defend that attack to the middle.
Remember, we're playing at 21, and it's not win by 2. Ekholm and Guan, who split their 4 points earlier in this golden game, retake the table. Brassier and Chen will be next. If we are tied 20 all, then Silva and Levinsky would take the table for the one climactic point. But Florida with work to do. Ekholm drops the first two on one serve.
Kind of a mini break here, just based on levels of play throughout their career. Ekholm with the serve now.
No mistake there.
And that's a little bit of like the Levinsky serve. It's the lefty reverse hook and getting the high ball and then just putting it away.
There's a huge point right here.
Yeah.
They split 4 again. Ekholm certainly looks frustrated. Wanted to do more for her team.
That's exactly it. You see this nice inside-out serve with so much side spin. Ekholm saying, you know, I got the 2, why didn't I get the 4? So now they're still 2 points down, the Crocs.
Point for Florida. And Sean, I jumped the gun a little bit. If these two players are, it would be the first two guys, Gorak and Desaintillan, that would play the point at 20 all if we get there. If we get there.
Wow, look at this.
17 all though.
Crocs.
Brassier has 2 serves. So many twists and turns. High drama here in Daytona Beach. Oh my goodness, that's 3 in a row for Benjamin Brassier.
Frustration on Chen's face as he kicks the ball away, realizing he could go down 0-4 right here.
That's not the direction he was intending to serve. He gets a new ball.
Right, choosing a new ball.
One more point between Brassier and Chen. What a sequence for Benjamin Brossier. 4 in a row to put Florida on the brink of victory. Here comes Michelle Levinsky and Sonora Silva.
Anything can happen on this combination here. And anything will. Silva starting with the serve. Can Levinsky land one of his big shots?
Off the net, did not connect with table on the way by. It's 19-18. And we get a timeout. Levinsky will catch his breath. Silva has one more serve, then Levinsky has the next 2. Levinsky's Florida team in front by 1 with this Major League Table Tennis opening night showcase hanging in the balance.
This match is going to be on Levinsky's paddle when he's serving. But right now, Silva, what an unlikely hero coming in out of the reserve pool to have MVP potential.
18-19.
Silva to serve. His team down 1. And Levinsky now has 3 match points. 2 of them will be for him. If he can't finish it, then it'll be up to his teammate, Dan Gora. Michelle Levinsky earns the win for the Florida Crocs as they prevail in the Golden Game, 21-18. A memorable night to begin this Major League Table Tennis journey here in Daytona Beach.
What a team effort by the Crocs, staying there the entire Golden Game, not giving an inch, and then Michelle Levinsky with the great forehand combination to take the win.
You said Sonora Silva would have been an unlikely hero, and he played so admirably. I mean, absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. He got his team 2 points in singles, but Levinsky gets the job done for his head coach, Frank Arias, and the Florida Crocs. We're joined by the head coach right now. Frank, congratulations. What was the emotional roller coaster of the last couple of hours like for you?
Oh my God, this was amazing. This is what MLTT is about. Everything's on the line until the golden match. So it was a roller coaster, as you said.
How did you and everyone on your team kind of pick each other up heading into the Golden Game?
Well, actually, it was we had a strategy defined depending on if we got leading or trailing on the Golden Game. So we already discussed that before the game.
What was the strategy?
No, I cannot reveal that.
Had to try, Frank.
So, and how big did Daniel Gorak play for you this evening? I mean, just a great match, just such patience, such timing, such confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. Daniel used all his experience, and he was a fantastic.
And Michelle turned things around against Sonora Silva. He lost the first game. He played him 11-4, then 11-10, then beat him 11-10, and then the game point in the Golden Game. What did you see in there?
Yeah, it was too emotional, but it was what we were expecting.
What will you remember most from this first Major League Table Tennis experience?
Oh, absolutely the emotions into the game.
Congratulations, Frank.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the win tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.
So the Florida Crocs and the Carolina Gold Rush are the first 2 winners in Major League Table Tennis. Carolina wins 16-5 over Chicago, and Florida takes it 14-7 over Princeton. Sean O'Neill, you've been waiting a long time for something like this, and there's a lot more table tennis still ahead this weekend and this season, but you have seen tonight what Flint Lane and others have created. What was it like for you to experience it for the first time?
I mean, the emotion says everything about it. To have Major League Table Tennis in the U.S., international players, the best U.S. players going toe-to-toe, just amazing.
Our coverage tomorrow is right back with you at 5 o'clock Eastern Time with the Chicago Wind and the Princeton Revolution. Tomorrow night, we get the two teams that lost today at 5 o'clock, and then the two teams that won, Carolina and Florida, will be squaring off in the nightcap starting at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Look forward to being back with you in, well, about 19 hours from now. On behalf of our entire crew and for my broadcast partner, Sean O'Neill, I'm Evan Lepler saying good night from Daytona Beach, where Carolina and Florida begin their Major League Table Tennis tenures with a bang. Thanks for joining us. Congrats to Carolina and Florida. And we look forward to seeing you back tomorrow for Major League Table Tennis.